Hello, and welcome to FUTEK Advanced Sensor Technology here in Irvine, California. I'm Tom Bowles. I'm the Director of Quality Assurance for the corporation. And I want to take this opportunity to take you through a short video that we have talking about and showing you our implementation of the 5S program here at FUTEK and the success that we've had. Now, 5S has been around for a long time. While Toyota is actually credited for being the first one to implement the 5S methodology, the principles go back much further to the 16th century in Venice. The Venetian shipbuilders would implement efficient strategies to be able to produce ships in days rather than weeks. So it's been around, but it's been refined significantly. The U.S. adopted the 5S strategy as a lean methodology to improve manufacturing efficiency in the United States. We have taken and embraced the 5S methodology and tailored it to our own needs. We have also decided to include safety and ergonomics as part of our 5S initiative. Safety has always been a primary concern of the working environment here at FUTEK. We want to make sure that everyone who is performing operations is doing so in a safe manner and has all of the personal protection equipment that they need to perform their job efficiently and safely. Along with that, this has given us an opportunity to look at the ergonomics of the work functions. Ergonomics is how posture and seating and reach affect the operator's ability to do their job efficiently. We don't want people reaching too far or twisting in an unnatural condition. We want to make sure that all of the equipment they have, from chairs to personal protective equipment, and all of the equipment that we provide is correct for the job. So we've moved down to the wiring department. This is one of the 2 departments of our 10 production departments that we chose to implement as a pilot program. This has been one of our successes, and the whole program is flowed down from management to a 5S steering committee to oversee the implementation. The steering committee is a cross-discipline team made up of production, quality, engineering, maintenance, and manufacturing. So this team has taken on the responsibility for implementing the whole program. We began the program by conducting training, implement orientation training for our supervisor staff. After they were trained, we brought in each of the operators and acquainted them with the program to get their buy-in and to understand how it will improve their working efficiency and make their job easier. So we began with step 1, which is to sort. The sort process is where we remove all of the unnecessary clutter from the work area. We want only the equipment that's being used for the actual job to be in the area. We've tried this implementation before, but it was not followed through. One of the problems is we didn't get the operator buy-in. So now we have the operators who are really participating in the program and coming up with their own ideas and actually working ahead of where the 5S program is taking us. So that the operator participation has been the real success for the program. During this sort process, we actually come in and do an audit of the area. We use the operators and their knowledge of the job that they perform to determine what tools and what supplies and equipment they need on an ongoing basis to have at their workstation. So we pull out those items that are used infrequently that the operators don't need on a constant basis, and we move them to another storage area. We call this the red tag items. They're off located outside of the room, so they're not cluttering the workspace. We go and get those and bring them to the operator when they're necessary. Some sensors that we make don't require a lot of fixtures, so those fixtures are moved out of the room. Those are our red tag areas. The next step is to stabilize. This is where we set everything in place. We determine what things need to be within the operator's reach, and we actually put lines and names on those areas. So everything is where the operator knows to reach for it. Their desk is completely aligned with areas where parts go. Examples of set in place or stabilize is the tool drawer. So we have cut out foam shadow boxes where each tool has a space where it goes and is labeled. So we know every tool that belongs there. They know exactly where to reach every tool. Another example, on their tabletop is set out a space for their soldering equipment and for their microscope, and it's always in that one spot. So everything is in a storage place, and we see that nothing extra is on the table. That makes a very efficient operator. They know exactly where to reach for items, and the parts they're working on are on a shelf below their desk. Before we undertook this implementation of the 5S program, we found that desks were not standardized. As operators moved from workstation to workstation, all the equipment was in different places, and it took time to get used to where the equipment is. Now, with the 5S implementation, everything is set in place. When an operator goes from one workstation to another, the layout is exactly the same. They know where to reach for every piece of equipment. That goes for the room as well. We have taken the step of placing down tape. Each tape color has a specific meaning, and they mark off the aisles and delineate the areas for chairs and other equipment that's placed on the floor. This cuts down on disruption and disturbance as people are coming through. The next step we implemented is shine. That means we go through and clean everything. We make sure the room and the workstations are completely clean and stay that way. At the end of a shift, we do the cleaning, and since we have multiple shifts, it's important that the new shift coming in is coming into a clean work area. That goes for the floors and our inventory locations in the room. The fourth step then is to standardize, to ensure that we have a standard set of procedures that everyone follows. We call those work instructions, and they're created by engineering and validated on the product before they come down to the shop floor for the operators to work on. We've also created log sheets that are used in the room for activities that take place inside the room, such as cleaning or servicing of air filters on the fume extractors. So we have those records. Additionally, the incoming parts go to a specific rack, and it's color-coded with a label for incoming parts. Operators know where those are, and they go for their incoming jobs. In-process jobs are saved in another area on a rack, and it's color-coded for that operation. When the job is completed, it goes on the outgoing rack, and that's color-coded for outgoing products. That's ready to go to the next department for its operation. The final step in the 5S program is sustain. And actually, this is the most important step for long-term success of the 5S program. We want to instill a sense of culture of quality to our operators so that they maintain the success that we've had while we've been implementing the program. Everything up to now has been implementation. Now, as we move forward, we need to sustain and maintain the success that we've had. The success of this program is really due to the involvement of the operators and their sense of ownership and individual importance, accountability, and responsibility that they've had. So I want to thank you for spending time with us and watching the video of how we've been implementing 5S program at FUTEK Advanced Sensor Technology. Thank you.